Okay. Now, who else was in your team? Who were the other two? Oh, what is TDC, by the way?
Turkey, Dubai, China.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah, but it's sitting there, so. Oh. You're so calculating.
Right. Now, I think we're waiting for one more. Who else is to come?
One more?
Amir.
Amir
Said she said she'd be here in a minute. So, what are we thinking we need to start off?
I will tell you.
Go on, tell me.
The Gaussian string.
Oh, the degree system with the graph.
Yeah, with the Gaussian.
Yeah, I didn't get
Gaussian.
Gaussian, yeah.
Yeah. Gaussian. Right. You want to practice one of them, is it?
We just don't know how to graph it. But do we have to sketch and graph for the test?
Yeah.
No.
No.
I'm not asking you to draw any graphs for the test. Yeah. So, which one then do you want us to start with? Because we can do things to prepare you for the test too, so it can really be anything. You know.
Sir, I still don't get this binomial theory.
Still not happy with it. What page number is that now? 32. So what's the problem with it now? What's causing you problems? You're not sure?
I can't remember, I can't remember what to do.
Okay. The steps. Okay. So do you want to do something like number 1? Expand something. Page 32. This must be a beer. I don't get it. You tell me which question you want to do. What are you doing here? Oh wait, do you have class here?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, maybe with Mark. What time?
No.
Oh dear.
Maybe 3 o'clock, I'm not sure.
Well, I'd say you'll just be in a different room. Are you normally in this room at 3 o'clock?
Yeah.
Okay, because we're starting late. Is with Mark?
I don't know where he is.
Oh no, but the teacher is Mark. I'll call Mark. I'd say you guys can just use the room downstairs, should be empty.
Okay.
Yeah, so you want to write downstairs and I'll just call Mark and tell him to use a room downstairs then.
Yeah, maybe okay.
And if any of your class come by, I'll tell them to go downstairs. You know?
Okay. Maybe 4:00, but where he is.
Yeah, well, it's still a little bit early. Let's see, Mark. I do like it. Mark's phone's off. Look, you head downstairs. I'll leave this door open, and when Mark and the students come, I'll tell them to go downstairs. Yeah, so if the room downstairs should be free. If you want, can I just take this table here?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Here. Why don't you open the door and then come back up and give me the keys back so you can sit down. Yeah. Right, have you decided which question now?
Yes, number 42, number 3A. Page 42, number 3A.
42?
We just was in 32.
Yeah, I thought you wanted to do 32.
Can we do the 42?
Okay, fine, yeah. 42, 3A. Right, let's have a look here. Tn equals minus 5n squared plus 8n plus 5 over minus 4n squared plus 2n.
So you're not given first
No,
term
but you don't need the first term.
Yeah.
What do you do if you want the first term here? Who knows that now? If I want to know what's the first term in this sequence, if I wanted to know what's T1, what would I do? How would I get T1? Any ideas? No?
We'll solve for
No? Amna, any ideas? How would I get the first term from this formula, T1? What do you think? No? What if I tell you just make n equal 1?
What?
Just make n equal 1. N is 1.
Oh, okay, so.
It'd be minus 5, 1 squared plus, yeah. Plus 5.
I'm gonna try this one first.
Yeah, well, no, let's just give you the first term. And then you can get the second and so on. But what we want to know is, like, what's the limit if the n keeps getting bigger and bigger?
We don't care where
We don't really care where it starts. Yeah, we just care where it ends. So, we want to know what happens when the n is really large. Great! Did you open the door? Bonus class starting in B401. So when he comes by, I'll tell him to go to B301. The rooms are empty downstairs. Yeah. So yeah, you can just go downstairs. I'll redirect. So we want the n to be bigger and bigger and bigger, because we want to make it go all the way to infinity. But the problem is, we can't just put infinity in here, because if we do, we'll get infinity over infinity. That's no good, right? So there's a trick here. I wonder if any of the three of you remember what the trick is. Any of you remember the trick from class?
Give us a hint.
You have to divide by something.
Divide by the denominator?
Not the denominator. Not the denominator. Divide by n squared. So everything gets divided by n squared. Yeah, so you'll get minus 5 plus 8 over n plus 5 over n squared over minus 4 plus 2 over n. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes sense?
No.
I mean, can you see how I got each number or not? Yeah? So like n squared divided by n squared cancels. N divided by n squared over n. 5 divided by n squared, 5 over n squared, and so on. Now the reason I did that is because if the n now is very big, what's 8 over a big number? The big or small? So you have 8 divided by a big number. Is that a big or small answer? It's small. So if n is infinitely big, then we can imagine that this becomes 0. Because the bottom is so big. Yeah? And the same thing here. Hey, you're in here now, yes, okay. Did you see a beer anywhere? No, okay, alright. And here, 5 divided by a big number, what would happen to it? 0 again. And here? 0. So you're left with 5 over 4.
Everything with n is 0.
Basically everything with the n in the denominator is 0.
It's minus 4.
Yeah, it's minus 5 over minus 4, which I just cancel both minuses. Yeah. If you want, you can write them in. It's like minus 5 over minus 4. Is that okay or not? Like, what are you thinking? Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Do we cancel it and divide it by n squared every time?
It's whatever the biggest one is. Are you a business student? Are you business? You're not business. You can come in. Business students, come here. Business students. You can use the room downstairs with Mark. Yeah, he said B401.
Yeah.
But I'm more important than Mark, and I don't want to move. So B301, just downstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you just explained that Stephen needs this room, and he'll understand. He respects me a lot. It's okay. All right. So B301. Oh well, I don't know. Your class rep, what's his name? Timmy. He's in one of the rooms downstairs. So, oh, there you are. I thought you were in a room downstairs.
Downstairs, yeah.
Yeah. Is one of the rooms open?
No, open door, yeah. Because when I taught the class, the website, the Mark sent me the
Oh yeah, but Mark, no, but I'm telling, when Mark comes here, I'll tell him to go downstairs.
I understand.
Yeah,
So, again.
yes, okay, no problem. Use whatever room. Okay, is that, so who was asking me something here? Oh, you asked me, do you divide by n squared every time?
Yeah.
You divide by whatever the biggest power is. So if it was an n cubed, what's the biggest one, then it's n cubed. Yeah.
Is that sentence in fact down?
I don't think I have one like this in the exam now.
It's enter base 40, right?
Yeah. Okay, so what do you want to look at next? So you can look at anything to help you prepare for Monday. The Gaussian?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not so worried about the Gaussian. Mark,
Hey, Timmy.
do you mind using the room downstairs?
No, that's fine, yeah, I
Yeah.
was just checking to see if any of mine were here, but I don't see them, so.
No, but I'll just redirect them down. If you can get the keys off Timmy there.
No, I have my own keys.
Yeah, no, but he has my keys.
Yes, okay, no problem.
Thank you. I'll redirect them downstairs.
Grand,
Yep,
cool.
okay. Right. Gaussian I'm not worried about. You were asking about Gaussian for two reasons. It's not on the final exam, and it's not on my mid-semester, so we
What's
we're
on
not.
your base semester?
I don't remember because I made it 2 weeks ago, but it's stuff up to page 40.
So can you do page
Oh, no, 46.
24. 24.
Yeah, 180.
Is there a business student outside?
Yeah, I think.
No. Okay. Yes. Yeah.
There's no limit in the
No.
semester?
No. I stopped
In the midterm.
in the midterm.
It says
Yeah.
until 42.
Did I say 42 last time, or did I say 40? You should have. Did you not write it down?
Yeah, that's why.
Well, if I said 42, then 42 is on it. Whatever I said last week was most accurate because I made the test 2 weeks ago.
On the model it says 40, but then you tell it it's 40.
Ah, so maybe I decided not to put this in the end.
So put 40.
240.
Or maybe
Thank
42.
I love
just give it 40.
Keep it 40.
Yeah.
I suppose we'll find out on Monday. Okay, 24,
Yeah, 22.
1A. Now I will say I definitely do have a question from this page on the exam for sure. So 24, 1A. Page 24, 1A. So, you have y equals 9x cubed plus 10x squared minus 43x plus 24. Okay, the first thing I'll get is where it crosses the y-axis, because that's the easy one to do. How do I get that? Any ideas? Abir, any ideas? How do I find out where it crosses the y-axis?
You put x at 0.
Yeah. So if I put x as 0,
And y is 0.
This is
not quite for the y-intercept. Yeah. So what do I get for y? Y won't quite be 0. What'll it be?
Enter.
Which number?
24.
24. Can you see why? Because if x is 0, you're left with 24. Yeah. So we have 0, 24, and I think you're happy with that. But now we need to figure out where it crosses the x-axis, which is much harder because you make y 0 now.
Okay, how do we find the y?
This one?
Yeah.
I made the x 0.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So how do we solve this now? Yeah.
Is this called polynomial?
It's called a polynomial. More precisely, it's called a cubic polynomial. Yeah.
And I think the first thing to do is find the factors.
Yeah.
And give us 0.
Yeah, exactly. So how can we do that?
You just guess.
Guess. Yeah.
So why don't we use 1?
Yeah, we'll start with 1. So we'll try x equals 1 and see what happens. We get 9 plus 10 minus 43 plus 24. Is that 0?
Yeah.
It's 0, yeah, okay, so wonderful. So this means x equals 1 is a root. So then what?
X
Value
minus 1.
is x minus 1.
Yeah, that's it, x minus 1. What's that called? No. X equals 1 is called a root, and x minus 1 is called a...
What does it start with? What's the first letter? Factor.
It's factor, yeah, factor. So what do we do with this factor?
Long division.
Long division, yeah. So I think this is a good practice of long division. 9x cubed plus 10x squared minus 43x plus 24. Right. And now, what's the first number here?
We will multiply with 9.
9, yeah. 9x
Square.
Square.
Ah, right.
I
Now,
was- I was
you have,
thinking
you
of
have, oh, were you? You have a dilemma. You're a business student, aren't you? You have a dilemma. You can either be in Mark's business class downstairs or in my
Very
extra
useless.
maths class upstairs. You have a choice to make.
I don't want that kind of pressure.
Is Mark taking attendance for the class or is it optional?
I don't know.
Does he usually take it? Like how did he put it to you? This is an optional class, or I'll see you.
It's not an optional class.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Whereas this is kind of, I'm not marking your attendance here, so.
Yeah, but I need the math.
All right. So I tell you what, you sit in on this class, and I'll tell Mark to mark you in for the class downstairs. Then, yeah. Okay. So yeah, sit down there. So, what is it, Amna? The first one here.
9x squared.
9x squared, and then we multiply, and we get 9x cubed minus 9x squared. Right, when I subtract, what do I get?
19x squared.
19x squared minus 43x plus 24. Right, what's next up the top here?
19x.
19x. So that's 19x squared minus 19x. And when I subtract again, I'm left with minus 24x, yeah, plus 24. So what's the last number here?
Plus 24. Minus
24, yeah. Now, what's the next step? Do you know? Or Abir, actually, since you were asking me about this, do you know what happens next?
We got minus 24x.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Yeah, I mean to obviously get this down to 0. Okay, so yeah, after you do that, what's the next step? The quotient, the result, yeah.
You find the x.
Yeah, you find the factors, or yeah, find the x.
To it.
I wonder, does this have factors now? I think it does, but could we figure it out? Are you just going to get it from the calculator? Yeah, no, do, yeah, please, yeah.
That's fine.
8 over 9.
Hang on, 8 over 9, so that would be 9x minus 8. And the other one?
Minus 3, so x.
Minus 3, so that would be x plus 3 then. Okay, so your two factors anyways are 8 over 9 and minus 3. Now, we have 3 so far. We have the original here, where's it gone? 1, 8 over 9 and minus 3.
And we're going to substitute one of the roots to the equation.
Not necessary to substitute, no, because we have enough here. Because what we have is 3 roots. So the first one here is minus 3. Then you have an 8 over 9. And then you have a 1. And it crosses the y-axis at 24. So we have enough points to draw a cubic.
We don't need y2.
What do you mean? Oh, but the y's will be 0. If you took these x's and put them into that, you will get 0. Because that was kind of like what you were trying to get anyways. Yeah. Now, it's good to check though, you know. Like in the exam, you might want to put minus 3 into the cubic to make sure that you do get 0. Because these are supposed to be roots. Okay. So the hard part here is kind of, you have to guess a root first.
Is there the thing? Is there
No, you said no.
No. Any what? Sketching?
Gotcha.
I don't ask you to make a sketch, but there's at least one question where a sketch would be helpful for your solving, but I don't ask you to make any sketches. Yeah. Okay, so Abir, what was confusing here, or?
The answers.
So the answers.
Yeah.
So my first answer is where it crosses the y-axis, and then my second answer are the 3 roots. So that would be 1, 0. 8 over 9, 0, and minus 3, 0. So these are the x roots, and this is the y intercept. That's why I have 4 answers at the back. Because the question actually says, solve and sketch each of the following, showing where the cubic crosses the x-axis and the y-axis. That was the reason there. Yeah. So Ray, we're doing any question you want to help prepare you for Monday. So what are we going to have a look at next now?
Sir?
Yeah.
The rest of them have like 3 or 2 on.
Yeah, what's happening there? So, you see this quadratic? It had 2 solutions.
Okay.
But sometimes it has 1,
Okay.
and sometimes it has none.
Okay.
So,
We just write the 2.
you just write what you get, yeah.
Page 20,
Yeah,
3F.
20. 3,
F.
something from, 3. Yeah, okay, yeah. Right, let's have a look. Can I scroll down, or do you need a minute to write this down?
Yeah,
You
I've got it.
you sure? You need a minute? Which part are you at?
24 X.
Oh, good, okay. We can wait a minute for you then. Page 20. We're going to have a look at number 3 on page 20.
Oh, were you confused with the X?
Yeah.
That's like 1. So without the 1.
3F?
Yeah. Because because of the X.
Which X?
See, there's an X there?
Minus X.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's like 1.
Yeah. We'll do this one now.
3F.
Yeah. Okay. Got it there?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Zara, do you know what the first step is? Like, what is it you're trying to do in this question here? Over. Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on this? Yeah. Oh, this is page 23F. Okay. What do you think, Zara? You know? Yeah. Well, hang on. Tell her. What are we doing first?
2x minus 1 would be the factor.
Yeah. Like, what's the verb here? What are you doing?
The long division.
The long division.
Yeah.
Because this is a divide. So you want to take the cubic and divide it by 2x minus 1. That's kind of what I'm asking you to do here. Yeah. But what's tricky is, because it's a fraction, you might not think it's long division. You know, because usually you would say something like A divided by B. And sometimes students forget that when you have A over B, you can actually use long division. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
So, and this one's a little bit harder too because of the 2x here. So what's the first number I need here? 7x squared. And that would be 14x cubed minus 7x squared. Okay, and then we minus. Yeah? So what are we left with? Minus 29, minus, yeah, so that's minus 22. Minus x plus 6. Okay, now maybe, Zafra, you can tell me what's the next number up here, if you know. It'll be a minus at least, anyways. So, what can we multiply 2 by to make it 22? Yeah, you can go check there, yeah. And it'll have to be an x, won't it?
Yeah.
For sure, yeah. So, what do you think? Any ideas? 11, yeah? So 11 times 2, 22, yeah. Minus 22x squared plus 11x. Because minus 11 by minus 1 is the plus 11. Now, let's minus. So obviously they cancel. Minus 1 minus 11. Minus 12. Like that. Yeah? And what's the last thing up here? 6 plus or minus?
Minus.
Yes, minus 6, yeah. Minus 12x plus 6, subtract, and 0. So this is the answer here. Okay, so really that question is a long division question. It's just me asking you to take a cubic and divide it by a linear. Okay.
Can we do from page
Mhm.
22?
Which page?
22.
42. 42. That's now which one?
Well, anyone.
Yeah, because I did number 3 at the start, so you could actually watch that in the video if you like later. But I think it'll be good to do number 2. Because they're harder than number 3, the second one. On page 42, yeah? So, let's see. Oh, sorry, you need this.
Yeah, go.
You got it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Page 42, let's do the last one in number 2, 2L. Let's see. Now just get the calculator open to help us here. Okay. Page 42, 2L. So UN equals 5 plus 6 over UN minus 1. And you're told to start at 3. Now, Ray, isn't it? Yeah. And everybody else too. This is how I like to think of this question. Look at this formula. For me, it's easier to think of this formula in words like this. As a sort of like a sentence, you know, I would say the next term is equal to 5 plus 6 over the previous term. So I'll say like 5 plus 6 over the term that I'm on. So I'll just call it the last term. Like in words, that's what the formula is saying, in words. So right now I'm at the number 3, and I want to know where to go next. So my next number will be 5 plus 6 over what? What would I put here? 3. Why 3?
Because it's the first term.
Yeah, it's the one before, the one that I want to get. So that would be 5 plus 2, which is 7. Now, maybe Ray, maybe you could tell me, if I want the next one again, it would be 5 plus 6 over, and what would you put? 7, yeah. Do you see, it's kind of like a feedback, you know. So what would that be? That would be like 5 point something, like 84 or whatever, something like this. Now I can do this on my calculator kind of quickly. Yeah, that one. I think Joan showed you how to do this, but I'll recap for everybody as well. So what you do, first you type 3, because that's the first term, and then you press equals, yeah? And then what should I press next for those who know? EX?
Write the equation again, and then...
Yeah, but I can't just start typing just yet, because I have a 3 on the screen. AC, okay, right. Now I type 5 plus 6 over answer. So if I press equals, it should tell me what's next. So what's after 3? 7. Okay, so I press equals again. Yeah. The next one is the 5.8 something. Now if I press equals again, I'll get the fourth term, which is this. 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9. Right, what's happening to this sequence? Describe what it's doing. Conversion. The 10th term is this. 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th. So by the time I got to the 14th term, I've reached 6. Now I didn't really reach 6, it's just the calculator rounds it off to 6. It's actually like 5.99999. So I'm not quite technically at 6, but I'm practically at 6. So what do we think the limit is here? We think the limit is 6. But we can't be certain, like in some situations the limit might not be a whole number. The limit could be like 6.1. So we need a way to exactly calculate the limit, and this is how we do it. We take our equation and just replace the words, or the U's, with the letter x. X equals 5 plus 6 over x. If you solve this, you'll work out the limit.
Oh, so x equals the limit?
Yeah, x will be the limit here. If we can solve it. If we can solve it. So, how could I solve this? What should I do first? X squared equals... No, I know the mistake you made. You brought this x up. You can't, because this guy doesn't have an x. These are two...
Can we multiply by x?
we could multiply. This is kind of what you wanted to do, multiply by x. So you get x squared equals
5x plus 6.
6. 6, yeah?
Yeah.
Abir, is that okay?
Yeah.
Are you sure? You don't look too happy with it. Is it okay? What should I do next?
You bring the x, 5x to the other side.
Yeah, and also the 6.
Okay.
Right, do we have factors here? I think we do. 6 and 1, minus 6
Yeah.
and plus 1. Yeah, it's either 3 or 2 and 6 and 1. I think it'll be 6 and 1. So this one here, x minus 6, so what's the root? 6 or minus 1. Now it's obvious which is the right one and which is the wrong one.
Is it?
Yeah,
6.
yeah, because we were thinking it should be 6. So this confirms it. The limit is definitely 6.
Is it possible that it's negative? The limit is negative.
It's possible, yep. It depends on where the first term was.
So if it was negative, the limit can be...
It can be negative. Like it's possible that if I started at minus 3, it might move to minus 1 instead. It's possible, you know. That is why I calculated a few of the terms. Because I wanted to get a picture in my mind. Is this more likely to be moving to 6 or it's more likely to be moving to minus 1? So which is it? Well, it's more likely to be moving to 6. Now if you want to be technical, yeah, it's possible that it looks like it's moving to 6 and then at the last minute it turns around and moves to minus 1. But it's not likely it's doing that, you know. Like you would be shocked if after 6 it then jumped to minus 1. I would think, right? Because it was going 5, 5.9, 5.99, 5.99 minus 1. That would surprise you, I would hope, yeah? So the limit here is definitely 6 for this one. Definitely 6. Is that okay, Ray? You were asking for this one, weren't you?
Yeah.
Have you seen this technique before with the x?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I just don't get how that turns into an x squared equals 5x plus 6.
This line here. Yeah, no problem. So what I did here is I multiplied everybody by x. So what's x times x? X squared. What's 5 times x?
5x.
And 6 over x times x. So if you multiply it by x, you're left with just 6.
Okay.
So I multiplied everybody by x. And then I took these two numbers to the left and made this quadratic. Is that okay? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, I trust you. Yeah.
If it was 5 plus 6x, we can just solve it, right?
Yeah, if it was something, you mean like if it was just 5 plus 6x?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could just go straight away and solve it, sure. Okay, good.
What's binomial?
Binomial, okay. What page is that now?
32.
32. 32. Right, which one will I do? Will I like expand something or what?
I just don't get the basics. Because people said that it's related to Pascal's triangle.
That is 100% true.
That made me really confused.
Okay. Let's do question 1. You agree with her, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. We'll do our question 1 then as an example. How about I do 1D? Page 32, 1D. Ray, can I scroll down? Do you have this?
Sure.
Yeah. Page 32, 1D. Right. Okay. You want to expand 2x minus 3y power 5. So who's having trouble with this now? I know you don't like binomial. You don't like it either. Ray, how's your binomial expansion?
I don't know what a binomial is.
Wonderful. So we'll do this one now. We'll do this one. Okay. So the key thing here is getting the steps right. Okay. So the first thing I'll do, I know it's going to expand into something quite long. So what I do is I write down these C's. I would say 5, and the reason I start with 5 is what? The 5 is the power here.
Yeah.
And you start with 5C0 and then bracket.
Oh.
Yeah.
We did it last.
I still don't get it.
Maybe it's easy for you, Anna, but it's not easy for all of us, you
Because
know.
we did it last time.
Okay. Well then you tell me what I write next. Go ahead.
We did limits last time too. Then why did you...
No, this is your first class?
No, we did a lot of things.
I know, look,
I can't
Amna's a
remember.
genius, so it's
No, I am not genius.
Right, go ahead, Amna, tell me what's next.
5, 3, 1.
Good, bracket, yeah,
5C2.
5C2, okay,
And the
bracket.
bracket will fill it with 2x and minus 3y.
Yes, so, anyways, let me just get these down, 5 and bracket, and then 5C4, bracket, and then 5C5, bracket.
And then we will fill the bracket.
Yeah,
After that, we will number the brackets with the powers like
well, what do I put in the brackets first?
2x
Yeah,
minus 3y.
good, 2x minus 3y, so let me just fill those out, 2x minus 3y, 2x minus 3y, 2x minus 3y, 2x minus 3y, 2x minus 3y.
Yeah.
Now, what happens with the powers?
We will start with 0.
0 here,
The least number and the highest number.
yeah, so what's this one?
5.
5,
1,
and then
4.
1, 4,
2, 3.
2, 3,
3, 2.
3, 2,
4, 1.
4, 1,
0, 5. 5, 0.
ah, yeah, not a genius, yeah, 5, 0, right.
We can switch it to.
And you can't have them the other way around as well, yeah, that's
And
fine.
this step we can do it with the calculator.
Yeah, well, it's much easier with the calculator, isn't it? So, I'll just give people a minute to write that down. So, yeah, the calculator will be very helpful for simplifying this next. Now, tell me, what's the confusing part here for you and for you with the binomial? Like, what step here, or, you know?
I can do it with a calculator, but then what if we ask to show the steps?
No,
You
like
can't
this,
see
like,
that question one,
no,
so
no.
you won't.
yeah, no, but even in the final exam, you know, if I said expand this, I would expect to see in the student's answer book this on the first line and this on the second line,
So that's
and then the answer on the third line.
So no need for the.
No. So, like, let's get each term here. So the first one, I like to use brackets here. The first one is 5 shift C0. And then I have 2 power 0. And then minus 3 power 5. Can you see the screen? So the reason for the 0 and the 5 is because 0 and 5 here, and the 2 and the 3. So the first number is
No.
minus 243, I think, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that, oh,
Yeah.
minus 243. How many x's do I have? None. How many y's do I have? How much power? 5. Okay, let's go to the next one.
Why no x's?
Because x power 0 is 1. So it's like it's gone. And y power 5 is y power 5. Right, what do I need to change in this now in the calculator? So, does that stay the same? The 5? Yeah. The 0?
No.
No,
Change it
1.
1.
The power
1.
1. And then this one?
4.
4.
So, 810 is next.
8, 10, x, y 4.
Y4, okay? Now, the next one.
Next.
2. Whoa. Oh, no. Sorry, it just got worse. Right. What did I have here? 2 power 2. Wasn't that what I was going to put in? And then minus 3 power 3. Yeah, I'm looking at this guy now. Right. 1080.
X.
Good, yeah. X squared y
3.
3. Yeah, cubed, yeah. Right, the next one.
Why
This.
did you put minus?
Minus.
Minus.
Yeah, minus 1080.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The next one will be 5C3, 2 power 3, I think. Yeah, this one's going up and this one's going down. So the next one's 720. 720 x cubed y squared. Okay, the next one now. That's a 4. This one?
2.
You went the wrong way again. Yeah, it should be 4. This one's going up, the other one's going down. Yeah, and then this one 1. So that's 240 minus 240 x 4 isn't it? Y, yeah, because that's cubed, and, okay. The last one now, 5, 0, good. 32 plus 32 x 5, yeah. And that's all I expect to see in your answer book, okay? That's, if I ask you to use the binomial to expand, that's all I should see in your answer book. It's just those 2 lines.
Can we do number 4?
Number 4, yes. Which one now? Just the first one?
Yeah.
No, okay. I'll just give people a minute to write this down. So we'll look at 4A next.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Will I have to make the choice between math and business every day?
No, it's only for today because I was delayed in starting this class because of the quiz.
Yeah.
Were you at the quiz?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was actually waiting outside.
But were you at the quiz?
No, I was waiting outside while you were at
Ah, the whole school was at the quiz. Yeah. So you were waiting the whole time we were in the quiz.
about a half hour.
Ah, that's dedication. Yeah, that's dedication. All right. We'll look at 4A now. Can I scroll down? Yeah. Okay. So we have px plus q power 6 equals 1 plus 6x plus 15x squared. Now, we need to figure out what the p and the q was. So, does anybody have any ideas on what we could do first here? Abir, do you think you know something? Any ideas? No? Nothing? No ideas? No?
You do the same in
Yeah.
your thing
Yeah?
with the 6.
Okay, yeah, good. So the first thing we do is we expand this left side using the NCR. So what's the first thing I have? 6C0 bracket px bracket q plus 6C1 px q plus 6C2 px q. Whoa. There we go. Right, one more level. Okay. And that continues. So that goes dot, dot, dot. And that should equal 1 plus 6x plus 15x squared dot, dot, dot. Now let's fill in the numbers. So what power do I start with on the px? Now you have to choose. In fact, in this question, you can't just pick 0 or 6. It actually matters whether you start at 0 or 6 on the px.
0 and then 6.
Yeah, no, but why?
There's 1.
Yeah, if you look at what's happening on the right, your x's are getting bigger.
Yeah.
So you need the same thing to happen on the left. So that would be 0, 6, 1, 5, 2, 4, etc. 6C0 is 1. Px power 0, what's that?
Nothing.
Yeah, 1, yeah, so it's gone. So you're left with Q6. 6C1, what's that? I think it's 6. Yeah. P power 1 is just P. Q power 5 is just Q power 5. And X power 1? X power 1 is just X. Is that okay, Anna?
It's not px.
Ah, yeah, you can put the X at the back, it doesn't matter. Yeah. I'm just trying to make it look more like the right,
Yeah.
because on the right the X's are at the back. Yeah. Right, can someone tell me what 6C2 is, please?
Yeah. It's 15.
15? 15, P what power? Squared. Q what power?
4.
And X what power? Yeah. Dot, dot, dot. That should equal 1 plus 6x plus 15x squared, dot, dot, dot. Now the key step is comparing. So what do I compare here? So can you kind of see that the left and the right are supposed to be the same?
Yeah, but the Q's and the P's.
Yeah, so we need to pick numbers that make the Q and the P on the left the same numbers on the right.
Sir,
Yeah,
for the second line,
this one?
not third line.
Yeah.
Can you just separate why did you separate P and X?
It doesn't.
Oh, that's what she just asked me,
No,
yeah.
I mean, I understand you separate P and X, but then the powers doesn't affect
The X?
because
Oh,
P and X, they have a common power.
oh, I know, and they still have a common power, because P and X have the same power here,
Then-
and P and X have the same power here.
So it doesn't affect.
I just split them out. It doesn't matter,
Like
yeah.
we can put 15 p x over 2.
15 P squared,
No.
oh, 15 px
squared.
squared, like this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, which is the same thing as what is there. Yeah. I know it's not, because I need to make the left and the right look the same. So if you look at the right, you have a number, and here you have a number.
Yeah.
And here you have a number x. So here I have a number x.
So we should cancel the P, Q.
Not quite cancels the right word. Here I have a number, x squared, and here I have a number, x squared. Can everybody see what the next step is? Any ideas?
Divide by Q,
Not divide,
Multiply.
not multiply either.
you bring the PQ,
To the other side, to right side.
No,
no.
no.
We have
Yeah.
to cancel the Q.
P and Q.
This,
Hang on, you're all getting confused. Let me help you. So, suppose I say a plus bx plus cx squared equals 5 plus 6x plus 3x squared. What would you say the a is?
5.
Yeah, so what do I do now?
the one,
Q.
Yeah, go on. Go on, yeah, go on.
equals 1.
Q power 6.
Plus
No.
power 5.
No. Come on, you got it here so quickly. What do you say the a equals? 5. Yeah, so what do you say here?
1 equals 1.
Equals 1. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
Okay. Equals 1. And then here, what do I say next then? 6p q5 equals 6. Yeah, no, we're only looking at the numbers. We don't care about the x. Yeah. Yeah. 4 equals 15.
X, you forgot
Uh,
X.
No, we don't. When you like here, like what do you say the b is? The b is 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so I think you can see if q power 6 is 1, then what must q be?
1.
1. Okay, so you have one answer already.
Okay.
Now put that answer in here. 6 times p 1 power 5. What's 1 power 5?
6.
1 power 5?
1.
1, yeah. So you have 6p equals 6. So what does p equal?
1.
1.
Yeah.
1, yeah, you're right the first time, yeah. So p is 1 and q is 1. And that's it, you finish that one then.
And then you replace the original.
Yeah, well what you could do is you could replace the third one to make sure. So is 15 times 1 squared times 1 power 4 equal 15? Yes. That is true. 15 by 1 by 1 is still 15. And I do have one of these on the exam on Monday.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, no problem.
In the same page,
Yeah.
number 5.
No, way too difficult for the final exam. Oh, no, we're not doing number 5. It's too difficult for both the mid-semester and the final exam. It's not really a difficulty for this course. So, for the final exam, you're expected to be able to do up to question 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, so no matter which equation it is, we know either P or Q for the first term.
What do you mean? Oh yeah, so like whatever happens, you can get P or Q from the first comparison, yeah. And then really once you have that, it's straightforward to get to the next one. Okay. How are we feeling for the test on Monday? Is there still a particular topic you're not sure about? I mean, the test has no big consequence, like I said. It's only for you to see how your studying is going.
No, but the university
Yeah,
says the
the
physics credit.
I know, but like, if I think you're a good student and you screw up the test and you tell me, look, I screwed up the test because whatever, you know, I'm not going to be, like, overly strict about it, you know? Like, if someone says, oh, look, I tried the test, but I screwed up because I wasn't feeling well or whatever, you know?
Yeah,
But let me just put it this way, if you're a strong student and you do well, I'm like, okay, good predicted grade. If you're a weak student and you do poorly, I'm like, oh, okay. But you know, if you're a weak student but I see some, you know, genuine effort, do you know what I mean? Then I say, okay, well, I think if they continue to work hard, they could do well in the end. You know?
Yeah. So can you repeat 34?
34. Which one?
The second.
Number 2.
Yeah.
Ah, well, maybe my other students can tell me what to do, because I think this is like my first example I did, I think. So I want the first like, for example, 4 plus 7n. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, if I say un equals 4 plus 7n, how do I get the first term?
Use this one.
For what was 1? You make n as 1.
What is the multiply by n?
No, just make n as 1.
Yeah.
For the first term. So that's 4 plus 7. Yeah,
Okay.
which is 11, isn't it?
Yeah.
And how do I get the second one? I just make n as 2.
The bracket 11.
No, you're thinking of recursive. 4 plus 7 brackets 2.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But the second term.
Yes, yeah, so that's 18. It's the second term. Yeah, and how do I get the third one? This is page 34, 2a. How do I get the third term? It's 4 plus 7 by 3.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, huh?
That's all.
That's all, yeah.
Sir, we have to get the second term to use the calculator with the answer one, right? Remember with it?
No, that calculator trick is for recursive sequences, not for these types.
What does that mean?
Recursive ones are the ones that look like this. Un plus 1 equals number plus number over, like, un. Whereas this one is different because it's not a un that's here, it's an n. So like n is 1, 2, 3, first, second, third. There's 2 different types of sequences we deal with. Yeah.
Page 36.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. These ones here you can do on your calculator, that's fine.
But how
Oh, well, not this calculator actually. So, I'll show you how to do it.
Argos.
Yeah, no, I know what that word is.
Argos?
You don't know Argos?
Stephen's Green is Stephen's Green.
What's the point of speaking Arabic? I know exactly what you're saying. You're like Argos on Stephen's Green, like, come on. There's a shopping centre beside Stephen's Green at the top of Grafton Street. The Argos is like, go up the stairs and it's at the back. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so, the second floor, yeah. They have lots of different calculators you can get there. Yeah.
FX991. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that where you got that one?
Yeah.
No,
I thought this was there.
That one's there, but it does the same things as that one. Yeah.
It's just the new version.
Oh, right, is that all? Okay. If you don't have that calculator, let me just show you what to do. So maybe someone can tell me, what should I do first here? What's the first thing to do? You make I equal to what? I starts at 5, okay? Minus 2 minus 5 plus, now what's after 5? We're trying to go all the way up to 8, so it's minus 2 minus 6. And then the next one, minus 2, you got that, Jeff? What's next? Minus 2, minus 7, and finally, minus 2 minus 8. Now why do I stop? Yeah, because 8 is up here. 8 tells me where I stop. So that's minus 7 plus minus 8 plus minus 9 plus minus 10. So that's minus 19, 26, 26 and 8, 30, minus 34 I think is the answer here.
The letters and the question we just reflected as X or Y, it doesn't matter.
On that calculator, you use X on that one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. You can actually, you can actually type this exact thing in on the screen. So like here, I can actually hit this button. Oh no, oops. Where's it gone? Shift and there. So I start at 5, I finish at 8, and I type in minus 2. My calculator uses X as the variable. And there you go.
Yeah.
The same answer then.
Okay.
Now guys, since we started at 10 to 3, I think, we'll wrap it up. Well, one more, okay. Which page?
22.
22.
4A.
4A. Okay, we'll do this as our last one then. Page 22, 4A. Oh,
We didn't have that.
X minus 3 is a factor of 2x cubed plus px squared plus 21x minus 18. I need to find the p. Yeah. Okay, so Ray, would you know what to do here by any chance? So I need to figure out what the p is, and I'm told x minus 3 is a factor. Yeah.
Is it the division? Yeah, I don't.
Don't need to use division.
It's solved, right? It's already solved. So x equals 3. And
Yeah, substitute x equals 3. Because x minus 3 is a factor, it means when x is 3, what should I get here? What should this? It should be 0 when x is 3. So you have 2 times 3 cubed plus p times 3 squared plus 21 times 3 minus 18. That should equal 0. Oh goodness, what's that? 9, 27, 54, is it? 54 plus 9p plus 63 minus 18 should equal 0. 9p should equal 18 minus 63 minus 54. 108, 90? Minus 99. So 9p should equal minus 99. So p is minus 99 divided by 9, which is minus 11. So minus 11 for that one. Is that okay?
Yeah,
Were you trying to use long division?
yeah.
Now you see, it does actually work to use long division, but it's much harder, isn't it? Much longer too. Yeah. But just so you know, long division wasn't wrong, it was just hard. That's all. But it would have worked.
Then the long division, then I have two quadratics of this, right?
Yes, and the p gets carried all the way through your long division. It's quite difficult that way. Okay, but you're happy with this way then?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, we'll wrap it up there, so I'll upload this video later. What is this, like lesson number 4 or something? I think it's 4, isn't it?
Where can I see the videos?
They're on my YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have the link for it? I made a playlist called Extra Maths, so there's like 3 videos in there. You can get it.
We don't need 1 by 5, right?
No.
Alright, thank you, sir.
See ya.